Hi everyone. This is Melon from Soapncrafts. In this step-by-step tutorial, I'll guide you through the art of creating stunning floral masterpieces using soft clay. The piping clay I am using is a very soft lightweight clay that air-dried. I will include the shopping link in description down below. We need 2 piping bags. The thin lining has textures designed to prevent clay from sticking to it. The outer layer is thick, providing structural support to the piping bag. You will also need the nozzles. In this tutorial I am using 125 for rose petals, 104 for rose leaves, and 352 for sepals. There are various choices for colorants when working with clay. Mica powders are finely ground minerals. Acrylic colors are water-based paint. They are known for their opacity and versatility. Acrylic paints are available in various finishes. Choosing the right clay is crucial for your project's success. This soft piping clay is light-weighted, it does not leave a residue, it is non-slimy, and it does not stretch, which providing a clean cutting edge. Start with a minimal amount of color initially, add more if a more intense color is needed to be achieved. Ensure that you mix the colorant thoroughly into the clay, as incomplete mixing can result in uneven color distribution. Use your hands or appropriate tools to knead and blend the color uniformly. Wrap the colored clay individually with saran wrap and keep it in a Ziploc bag. Select 2 to 3 colors from the clay. These will create a gradient of colors for your flower. Using a smaller amount is easier for piping. Avoid using too much clay at once, as it can be difficult to handle. Mix the colors by pulling them horizontally. This can create a soft color gradient. Place the clay into the thin lining bag. Push the clay towards the tip of the bag to ensure an even flow during piping. Cut the tip of the bag to open it, allowing the clay to be extruded with precision. Insert nozzle 125 into the outer piping bag, pushing it all the way towards the tip. Cut the piping bag to allow the nozzle to stick out. You can adjust the thickness of the flower petal by using pliers to narrow the nozzle, allowing for a thinner petal to be extruded. Insert the lining bag into the outer piping bag. Align the brighter colors, white and yellow, with the pointy end of the nozzle, and the darker color, pink, with the round end of the nozzle. How to hold the piping bag. Push the clay all the way down towards the nozzle. Pull the empty end of the piping bag and wrap it around the thumb, locking it securely. Tighten the lower part of the piping bag by giving it a turn. Align the tipping nozzle upward in the same direction as the fist. Squeeze out some clay and knead it into a water drop shape. Prepare several center bases and let them fully harden. It's recommended to make them in advance. Squeeze the piping clay to wrap around the center base, adjusting it to ensure a tight attachment. Pipe 3 petals around the center, making them higher than the flower center. Fix the petals to create a wavy effect. For a rose bud, only 2 layers are needed, the center circle and the 3 petals. A small rose consists of 3 layers, the round circle, 3 petals and 5 petals. The first 2 layers are the same as the rose bud. On the 3rd layer, aim to make the petals higher than the previous ones. Take your time and feel free to adjust the shape of each petal. We will be piping 5 petals for this layer. There are 2 types of large roses I usually make. One has a triangular shape, with the first 3 layers identical to those of a small rose. The outer 2 layers consist of 3 large petals each. Here are some tips to make your rose look beautiful. Ensure that each petal overlaps the previous one, starting from the center bottom of the preceding petal. Aim to center each petal, with outer layers generally being higher than the inner layers. Additionally, outer petals should be larger than the inner layer petals. Lastly, there is no strict rule for how a rose should look. Always try to observe real roses. This will allow you to create different styles and add your unique touch. The second type of rose I make is a pentagon rose. It features a round circle as the first layer, followed by 3 petals for both the second and third layers. The outer 2 layers consist of 5 petals each. The pentagon rose has a fuller and larger shape compared to the triangle rose.
Our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals, they take us higher. The night's young and it's just begun as she puts her hand in mine. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just 2 hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be 2 hearts running wild. Now the morning is the afternoon. We lay awake in bed. The laughs so loud as the hours pass. We're gonna do it all again. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just 2 hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be, we're gonna be 2 hearts running wild.
For piping rose leaves, I mix some green with pink. Align the pink color with the pointed end of the nozzle to have the leaves inlaid with a pink outer edge. Place the nozzle on the parchment paper with the pointed end pointing at 10 o'clock. As you push the nozzle up, the pointed end turns towards 12 o'clock. Rotate the paper while pulling the nozzle downwards, and the nozzle turns to 2 o'clock. Continue until the end point touches the starting point. For this step, you have to wait for the rose to completely dry. Otherwise, you might end up squeezing the rose so hard that you change its shape. The rose sepal typically consists of 5 petals, and I will use 352 to create it. Start from the center bottom of the rose flower, pulling the nozzle towards the flower petal, ensuring that the sepal is normally center-aligned with the flower petal. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to subscribe. I'll be updating with more classes later. Feel free to leave your comments down below, and if you have more questions, I might make a video on frequently asked questions, FAQs, in the future.